I'm Charles Morgenroth, and I'd like to welcome you to this junior high parent information night. I'm the 7th and 8th grade social studies teacher here at St. Ambrose. In my video, I'm going to be giving an overview of the classes that I teach, talking about communication, and a little bit about myself. Up on the screen, once it loads here, you'll see a picture of myself, my wife, and our 2 children. We live in Apple Valley, Minnesota, and you see that we have a 2nd grader, and our youngest there in the picture is a little dated. He is now 2. As far as professional experience goes, this is my 18th year of being a classroom teacher. 3 of those years were as a public high school teacher. 15 of those years were at a junior high Catholic school setting. This is my 5th year, start of my 5th year of being a teacher here at St. Ambrose. And I mean this in all sincerity. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to teach your child. I'm truly blessed to know every single one of them, and they have all made my life better. Communication, what to expect from me. I will do my very best to communicate to you if there is any kind of concern that I have. What I would simply ask is that you are a partner with me. I am not perfect. I don't expect my students to be perfect. And I hope that I will allow them some grace, and that grace will be returned. We are a team in this effort to educate your child. We both want the same things, success. So, like I said, if you're willing to understand that I'm not perfect, I certainly can work with you and will help get your child to the most success that they can get to in my class, and I thank you for that. In 7th grade, we teach world geography. This class is a very unique class because it is quite honestly an overview class. Think of this gigantic planet of ours as a pool. We are not diving in, we are dipping our toes in the edge. This is an exposure class. So the goals of this class are quite simple. We hope to gain a basic understanding of the physical geography, the cultural geography, and the historical geography of the planet. Now, ideally, we're going to cover every region of the planet, but that is not always the case. With this class, we do have some projects, and those projects vary throughout the year. We try to use some different technology. Previously, we've used Google Tour Builder, we've used Google Earth. I try to incorporate some GIS platforms into this class, as well as some traditional class projects that might include presentations, etc. What I really want out of this class is for students to not only gain an appreciation of geography, but to also develop some other skills. And they include reading from the text, informational text reading. I hope to help develop them as writers by the use of T-paragraphs and partnering with the language arts department. And most importantly, time management. I really work with them when we're doing our projects about setting goals for how much they want to accomplish each day. And in 7th grade, I'm somewhat prescriptive with this. Grading questions, grading categories. Let me start by saying there are 4 categories in 7th grade. They include assessments. Those would be your typical tests, projects, etc. A writing category. And this includes our T-paragraphs, any writing that we do in concert with the language arts. A homework category, self-explanatory, and daily work. That is primarily a participation grade for the activities that we do in class. All of those categories come together to formulate the student's final score. If you ever have any questions about the class or in general, the best way to get a hold of me is email, so please use the school email. You can also obviously call, but please be aware that during school hours, my availability to talk is limited. 8th grade is U.S. history. The class overview is our scope, which goes from the constitutional era to the civil rights movement. Sometimes we get a little further, sometimes we don't quite get as far. But our job in this class is to get a basic understanding of some of the events that occurred in U.S. history, and to also help students to start to understand the cause and effect relationship between those events. In 8th grade, one of our biggest goals is really to help develop that writing ability that they'll need going forward. Mrs. Woolsey and I, over the years, have done a number of collaborative projects, collaborative assignments even, that really try to focus on those writing skills. During the second part of the second try and the third trimester, most of their assessments in this class become essay-based. And we will work with students as those come up, but we're going to really put a focus on being able to deliver a written essay in a set amount of time. Projects. Unlike 7th grade, all 8th graders on every unit receive a project. That and the written assessment, their test, are combined together to give them an assessment score. Our projects range from making a virtual museum to making documentaries, and they vary widely, and sometimes they change each year. Some involve technology, some specifically do not. And I try to give a variety of projects to reach all those different learning styles. Grading categories, grading questions. In 8th grade, the grading categories are slightly reduced. We still have the same assessment category, we have the writing category, and then we have a combination homework/daily work category. Please be aware that the assessment category and the writing category are worth slightly more in 8th grade as compared to 7th grade. 8th grade is one of my joys to teach, along with 7th grade. I really enjoy the fact that we get a chance to look at some different events and to see their growth over the last 2 years. Again, as having taught your 8th grader last year in 7th grade, if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Again, school email is the best way to get a hold of me, to get a quick response. You are certainly welcome to call as well, but please, again, be aware that my hours and my availability may be limited to speak during school hours. Again, thank you for the opportunity to teach your child. It's going to be a great year. I am really looking forward to it, and I wish you nothing but the best and healthiest school year possible. Thank you.